Alright, hello everybody, I am back for another video, and today is the same day. I don't know why I said today, but let's get into it. So I've changed my kit up a little bit. I have changed my squire kit to have these boots and rotate gloves. The reasoning why is I'm trying something different. I want to see if more agility and more strength will be a little bit better than having some knowledge or resourcefulness. I know the resourcefulness and knowledge is very good, for the other build, but I want to test and see how this goes. I still have a little bit of range for my spells over nature, or if I'm playing in a team, I can heal my team. Barsha skin for myself, or I can put this to my teammates still, right? And of course, nature's touch still. Of course I can't, buff my teammates up as much before, but that's not the point of the episode, the video, whatever. The point is, in my comments, I had a guy say, he was struggling to do the techs without shapeshift mastery, and it's very understandable. The timings are very weird, I won't lie, but nothing's really changed that tech too much, honestly, in my, build. The same old, Thorncoat, Dreamwalk, Nature, Natural Healing, Force of Nature, and I have Nature's Touch now, Aura Nature, Bark to Skin, Seven Tree, Thorn Barrier. You kind of play the same way still in a sense. Of course, you can't heal as much, so you probably should bring some heals, but, Bark to Skin should, save you on HP, especially in bear form against like PDR fighters or like barbs and rogues. And nature's touch is very good. It not only does it heal you, but it gives you recoverable health, so you can use bandages, and you can use bandage and back off and then come back in. Especially if it's got a spacing rogue. Close the door. But like I said, that's not the point of this video. Of course, if I get some PvP, I will, showcase it, but let's go to get into a match so I can show the timings and maybe explain a little better how to do it. I wouldn't say it's too difficult. I would just say it's more or less a muscle memory. It's nothing too difficult. But I can understand why people struggle, because I still struggle with it, like the rat tech myself. Don't get me wrong, I sometimes will hit my head as a panther on the short routes inside goblin caves or inside ruins, but that just happens. It is what it is. Not the perfect player or nothing, but it's a learning experience, so it is what it is. Wait. Oh. Okay, I got a brand new match. So there's probably gonna be some players around me. Let me see if my module is okay to go through this door right here. I don't want to go through and just get hit by a goblin or something and bleed to death. Get this goblin. Okay. Let me put this goblin real quick so I can show the rat jump. Oh. If I don't get spawn camps, also be very careful of spawn campers. People will run to their module and try to hit you. But anyways, that's the point. Is usually when I want to do it, I usually have my mini out before I even get to the door, of course, right? And I'll use rat, but once it's half, then I jump and go through it. Of course, I wasn't close enough to hit it, so let me do it again. Jump when it's at half, and then yeah. There's not really too much I can really say with this. All I can really say is just keep on practicing it. Like I said, have your wheel out, and when you see go to half, jump, and then you just go straight and go right to the door. You can be literally like point blank too, which is kind of nice because you can't really do that with the instant transformation. Let me show you what I mean. I still got through it. If I was like point blank, like right here with the instant transformation, you wouldn't be able to go through it. But I don't know exactly how it works. I'm pretty sure because your player model is still changing or whatever. I don't know, because you know, like the wind up and stuff. I guess you can just do it. So that's kind of nice, honestly. Is you can like I said, just literally just walk right into it. I messed up right there, but whatever. But let me do it one more time. Show that it's honestly not too hard. You definitely don't want to be too close, so you don't want to like hug the door. You know, you want to be like right here when you do it, like you normally would. Honestly, but you get the hang of it. Just keep on practicing, and of course, you know, practicing is perfection. So no need to stress it and stuff. Just keep on doing that over and over. Once you get it the first couple times, okay. But let's go and get the panther chicken jump. This is a little bit like, honestly, in my opinion, a little bit more weird. Not hard, I would say. I would say the rat is definitely harder to hit, but it's a lot more muscle memory. Chicken jump is weird sometimes, at least for me. You hold your mini out again, right? Before you're ready to do it, and you go to chicken, right? And once it gets halfway, you jump, press E. But the only issue is, you jump when it's at half, right? And then press E at the very end. Because if you press E too early, your chicken will sometimes like your toes at the floor. I don't know if I can like show exactly what I mean. Oh, maybe I can get it, but honestly, it's just a little more buggy in my opinion. You can still do a little more delay like I did right there, and you can still make it, but I don't know, in my opinion, it's just really buggy, you know. I think also too is you gotta get more in the habit of not reacting. You need to like have a plan. You know, instant shape-shifting is like, you know, someone's behind you, you turn to a bear, right? But obviously you don't have that, you know, you don't have the opportunity no more to react. You have to move before it, you know. So, I mean, you can, it's just, you know, you probably get hit into Dreamwalk, you know. And if you don't have Dreamwalk, you might be dead. So honestly, you gotta get more in the habit of like having a plan than reacting. Because you can like be like at a doorway, but you know what, it's just like, oh, I need to get out, you know, whatever. But if like I'm being back into a corner, you know, I'm being dumb, I don't shapeshift in time, you know, I'm dead. So I think that's one thing is you need to always keep thinking like, I guess not like an escape route per se, but like, you know, just a plan, like a generic plan, which is, you know, not the biggest deal. It's just a, you know, mental thing. Gotta get used to it. It is different. I won't lie. I'm not gonna sit there and say that instant shapeshift is definitely nicer and it feels a lot better, but it's still very viable without it. So right here we have a player. We pop touch protection pod. I'm running right here, follows. There's no point of fighting this. I'm about to get jumped. Varsity skin, and I can bear right here. You see I'm bearing before because I don't want to die right here. You know, another two players, and I don't be stupid. And now I don't have many heals, so I'm gonna bandage, turn to a chicken. I'm not gonna waste all my resources off rip. Maybe I can go for a Varsity skin right here. Ooh. No, I cannot. I'll place a tree though. I'm gonna see what the guy is, you know. I don't wanna waste everything. Let's see. I don't know if the guy's still behind me, so I'm gonna place a thorn wall just in case. Right? This guy is holding me, so let's see if I can get past him. He's just holding his crossbow. Is he popping? He got the shield, so I'm gonna let close the door on him. I'm gonna hold a orb of nature. He thinks I'm gonna hold a tree or something, probably, right? Easy damage right there. Easy damage. Shit damage right there, y'all. Don't let your players, you know, don't let the players stop like smart you know? Play to them. Adapt to like their playstyle and shit, you know? I mean, if they're gonna hold that door, you know, why not hold this orb of nature, you know? So they can hold this. Of course, it's not insane damage, don't get me wrong, but everything matters is Druid, in my opinion. This fight seems like pretty unwinnable right now, I'm not gonna lie though. I don't really have much of my spells. Offensive spells at least, right? And I'm running out of my defensive ones. So, probably right here is when I wanna go for like a tree, probably. Oh my goodness. No! I didn't turn to a bear! You definitely want to take your 1v1s. You don't want to try to get in between a fight. That was pretty bad. Let's see what I did wrong there. But obviously, I wasn't kind of planning to PvP because I've really just this build out. I've been just kind of seeing what can also work. But that was my fault. I mean, he was geared. Don't get me wrong. But you know, I still could have won that, of course. No matter what. And it is what it is. I'm trying to think if there's any more text I didn't really show. There's not really much text you really need to know. That's because they're not really too much different, if I'm being honest. They're just kind of different timings. Oh, nice. I got an achievement. I'll let y'all know how this works right here. It felt pretty smooth, honestly, in this game. It just kind of felt like I was gonna gain jumps, so I don't really know what else I could do there, right? Like I said, it's just evened out agility and strength. 18 agility, 18 strength, you know, and it's just kind of meant to deal with, like, I guess, more or less, like it's just a hybrid build. I guess that's all it is to it, if I'm being honest. You know, I can deal with PDR, I can deal with casters and stuff. I would go Dex. I've seen this one dude on Twitch that goes Dex and strength. My issue with that is I love bear with Dex. I actually have a PvE right here. I don't know why it's not showing. Whatever. I have a PvE set that's all Dex for my bear. It's very nice and it's very fast, and I can clear out monsters pretty fast. Don't get me wrong, Dex is very strong for bear. You know, bear is terrifying, but I don't know. It's just damage is better than Dex right now, in my opinion, for bear. Bear, you know, people always try to run away from bears. So if you let a hit, you need that one hit to, you know, do it. And you know, bear's really gonna take damage. So I'll take a hit, and in exchange, I'll do like 2 times their hit. You know, so that's just kind of my opinion on it. Panther is kind of the opposite for me. I build agility because I want to be able to run away and not take damage and be able to, like, you know, get in and out, right, while doing some. But you know, if it really matters to you that much and you don't want to build agility, you probably could, you know, change out a perk for enhanced wilderness, maybe like force nature, or even like natural healing. You know, like sun and moon and enhanced wilderness. That'd be a pretty good Panther build, I'm pretty sure. You know, running away and healing and stuff, whatever. But that's just, like I said, it's not a playstyle. You know, I like to build agility and strength. You know, I think that's how Druid should be built. You know, hit hard as a bear and be in and out with Panther. You know, Dex is very nice. I love action speed when it is available, but it's just sadly not, you know, available unless you have gear, because you know Druid is very gear reliable dependent. So that's all I gotta say right now, and let me know if there you need help with anything else, you know, any other text or anything like that, if I didn't put in the video, or if I didn't say, like, you know, a certain tip or something, just anything. I think that's the gist of it, honestly. I don't want to hold this video for too long, you know, and like I said, Dreamwalk is just good right now. Use Dreamwalk, don't use Station Mastery. Just get used to the, you know, timings, and it'll make a big difference in your Druid. I promise you that it really will. And until then, though, let me know what y'all want to see next for Druid. I think I had some friends on tonight, so I'll maybe record some videos and upload another video today, a third one, hopefully, so I can get like a basic guide. Of course, something like I said is gonna be, you know, in depth yet. I just want to see how everybody likes it, you know, and that's about it. Y'all take it easy.